Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Way back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we are in Subaru's second attempt at a big, proper SUV, so to speak, in the Subaru Ascent. This one is the Onyx edition. In this video, we're going to tell you what this 2024 Subaru Ascent Onyx edition is like for our family of three. Stay tuned. One of those situations again where you have put the majority of the miles on the vehicle versus myself. Yeah. That can't be right? 1,000 miles on the trip computer?
Maybe.
We are in the 2024 Subaru Ascent, which did get a facelift for 2023. This is the special Onyx edition, which has some cues that I really like, but this one ain't about me. This one's about you. What are your thoughts of this three-row family hauler from Subaru?
Well, we're going to start on the outside and work our way in?
Sure.
Well, I definitely like the new facelift on this edition versus the last one. Mm-hmm. I think it looks a lot more modern. It's more fun. It's doesn't look as interesting as the last one. Although I do think...
You say interesting like a bad thing, so it looks better.
Looks better.
Okay. Facelift worked. Go
Facelift worked. I like the new styling better on the outside, and I actually kind of like this green.
Really?
Yeah.
It's autumn green, something like that. Autumn mist green.
It's different. I'm not sure that I would buy it, but I do like it.
Yeah. Fun, different.
Fun, different.
Overall proportions of this, a lot of people have criticized the styling of this vehicle for looking too much like a Honda Pilot or X, Y, or Z big three-row crossover, especially from the side profile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. It doesn't hold true to some of Subaru's other styling, but I think in the back you can tell it's a Subaru.
Yeah, the front very much looks like a Subaru. The back very much looks like a Subaru. The side, not so much, but it looks more Subaru than the Forester that we saw at the Chicago Auto Show.
Yeah, for sure.
Fairly positive on the outside. There's only so much you can do with a big three-row SUV. What about moving inside? What are your thoughts in here?
I like a lot of the styling. A lot of it's like some hard
injection
plastic.
Molded.
Yeah, there's not a lot of interest appeal, but there is this lime green stitching everywhere that you love. Mm-hmm. That is fun. I like that.
It is even on...
It does give it a little pop of color that's kind of needed.
Yeah. It's even on the carpets, it's on the seats, it's on the doors, it's on the dash. It's like everywhere. We have all-weather floor mats, so they're hiding the green stitched floor mats underneath it. But yes, it does give a nice pop of color, but I also like the two-tone seats.
Yes, those are nice. I really like that.
Kind of breaks it up. I have to ask while we're talking about seats. Real leather, fake leather?
Fake.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
There's Syntex. And the light gray part definitely is not fooling anyone. The dark gray, maybe.
Yeah, this right here, how it's kind of textured, you could fool somebody, but this...
Yeah.
Not so much.
Right. But I like how even the second row seats are dual tone. It breaks up the black.
All of black, because there is a lot of black in this front seat.
Otherwise, a lot of same stuff from other Subarus. Same 11.6-inch Starlink infotainment, same steering wheel, same analog gauges.
Analog gauges, which I like.
With a small little helper screen there in the middle. We do have traffic sign recognition. No head-up display.
No head-up display. And I will say the traffic sign recognition is hit or miss.
Okay.
So if you are on a longer road trip, as I was on a longer road trip, don't trust it.
Okay.
Every time.
It's a nice fallback, but not...
Yeah. Okay. It's a nice fallback, but I mean, at any point you should be paying attention to the traffic signs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do we want to talk storage or tech next?
Storage.
There's a lot. Like, surprisingly, this door pocket's really big. Down here's really big. Down here, rubber lined, so it's not going to rattle. Right here.
Is that a charger? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Right here, not rubber lined, but you know, you can put some snacks
that's an interesting. Snacks.
Yeah.
I was thinking about makeup.
Or that, but
there's one right here.
Yeah.
There's one right here that makeup, phone, something.
Very large center console with a lid that stays in place, unlike some vehicles that we've sampled. Felt-lined interior, so not going to rattle around in here. Removable tray.
Yeah.
Damped felt-lined glove box. That's a decent size. Pretty good storage back in here. 2 cup holders that pop out of the back of the center console. It's where the third zone climate controls are on the back here, but we have AC vents in the ceiling for the second and third rows.
Nice.
Cup holders in the doors for the second row. That's very nice. Sunshades built into the rear doors.
Yes, and we like sunshades.
And I think these are the best implementation. They don't have like a hook that you're trying to hit. I don't know. They work better.
How
I like
do
them.
they come up?
It hangs on the sides instead of having hooks like in the middle. And it covers like 90% of the window. So they do really well up there.
It's really good. I want to show you something that's weird, but I don't want to honk at the car in front of me.
Oh, it's got a weird horn? Oh.
Well, so the horn is extended down.
Yes.
And so if you accidentally hit it, which I may or may not have once or twice, you're honking at the person in front of you. It's wild. Yeah, it should not be that easily accessible.
Yep.
In a place where people put their hands. Like I put my hand like this sometimes.
Yeah. I've got a power seat over here. You've got a power seat over there with 2-person memory.
2-person memory.
But 5-person facial recognition driver profiles that tie in your seating position, that tie in your radio controls, that tie in everything. So all you need to do is like sit your booty in the seat and it says, "Hi, Holly." See, it's even got your name right there.
It does.
And puts your seat where you want it. If I were to sit over there, it would do the same for me. When you turn the vehicle off, it says, "Bye, Holly." And
that's so nice.
Some fun tech in here. Then some interesting tech. I'm going to see if I can find it while I'm going through here. Let's see, is it in my Subaru? No, but you can make appointments and stuff. Is it in settings? It's not going to let me do it while we're moving. I bet you. But like you can put birthday reminders in here and
anniversary
reminders. It's really interesting. What Subaru allows you to do through their infotainment system.
It's trying to connect you to your car even more, just like you're connected to your phone.
Yeah, you want to be connected to your car, to nature because it's Subaru, to pets because of the puppies at the car shows.
One thing that's weird that I found out is if someone is sitting in the passenger side seat, for instance, this was the situation I was in. Somebody sat in the passenger side seat just to pop over to another part of the parking lot, and it beeps at you, which gets it starts slow and then it gets
very
aggressive. But then also it does not stop unless you
buckle up.
Oh, you have to buckle up?
It's
okay,
saying, buckle up.
Well, they didn't buckle up. They got out.
Yeah.
And it won't stop.
Yeah.
I had to turn the car on and off.
Yep.
But I guess I could have buckled the seat. But I feel like it should register that someone's not in that seat anymore.
If you can register that someone was there, register that they've left.
That they've left.
Get over it, Subaru.
And turn off. I mean, I get that it's a safety.
Yeah, and that's one of Subaru's big things. You've said their marketing have really hit home with you with the amount of safety tech that they put in their vehicles. Not only do you have facial recognition, but it's making sure you're paying attention to everything. We've got the eyesight cameras up here looking at the road, making sure we're not wandering all over the road and stuff.
Yeah, and you do get a little beep if your eyes are not pointed forward for a period of time. Not an extended period.
You sure?
It's a very short period of time. Your eyes need to be on the road.
Yeah. Well, safety lends well to family vehicles. This is a great family vehicle, which I guess is a nice segue to putting Tucker's child safety seat way back in the back and also in the second row. There is a lot to like about the back seat of this Subaru Ascent Onyx edition, outside of all the lime green accents. One, built-in sunshades back here on the back doors, and I really like the way in which you can hang these. There aren't actual hangers. I don't know, it's just unlike any other on the market, it's the exterior part, much easier to do just very quickly. We also have a cup holder here in the door. We've got a couple cup holders that fold out at the back of the center console, which also houses the vent controls for the AC back here with ceiling mounting vents. That's a very nice touch. These are heated seats back here, so that's really nice. They move around and scoot around very nicely. Getting in and sitting in them, very comfortable. They do recline very nicely. Very comfortable seat here in the middle, and they scoot forward and back, which we'll get to here in just a second. All around, very comfortable seats here in the second row of the Subaru Ascent. But we'll put Tucker's Breako Extend-A-Fit car seat here in the back and see. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to move that front seat forward just a little because I've got this one scooted all the way back. This is the same car seat he used when he was rearward facing, so it is a very familiar seating situation for us. But let's see, there we go, wedged in there pretty good. How much room do I have up here in the front? Still plenty of room. My knees aren't touching. That's a big plus. So I would say this is a completely acceptable big 3-row SUV for a growing family. Putting a rear-facing car seat in place, turning it around and installing it here in the second row. Go ahead and drop the top tether back behind the seat. We'll get to that here in just a moment. The lower latches are covered by some seating material with some Velcro, which makes them very easy to get to once you loosen the or expose those. Just a quick click, just like that. And getting in here to secure it down is also fairly easy. I'm 5'10", there's plenty of room. The vehicle's not too high. Very easy to get in and snug down. That's a nice touch. And then we can slide the seat forward to get to that back top tether, which makes installation very easy back here as well. All around, a very easy installation. I will note that the top part of the seat back here does squish under the tension of this top tether. So it is possible over a long period of this seat being installed, you're going to be doing a little bit of damage to the seating material, but it feels durable enough. It's not real leather. So it is a potential problem. We'll just put it at that. One downside to putting a car seat here in place is the way that these seats fold forward to get into the back. So there is a lever here on the side, and when I pull it, nothing happens because it folds the seat back forward and then releases the sliding mechanism. So to get in the back seat with a car seat in place, this is the maximum amount of room that I'm gonna have. I could go through the middle, or I could also go through the other side. Just a couple of options for getting back there. Ease of installation is a solid A. Very nice, very easy. But then once they are installed, I give it a B, simply because it's not the best, though it does still give you plenty of room to climb back there in the back row. But as you've noticed, Tucker prefers riding in the third row. So we're gonna take this out, put it back in the back row. There's a little trick to doing it back there too. Before I put Tucker's car seat back here in the third row, I'm going to show you what it's like for adults back here. Pretty easy to climb through. If you don't have a seat in place, you do have to put those headrests up because they're unfortunate. Very upright seating position. My head at 5'10" is hitting the ceiling. It is a little cramped. My knees are up a little high. It's decent. It's class competitive, that's for sure. But Subaru does give you a little strap here to recline, and that makes it a little bit better, but my head is still touching the ceiling. Let's see, legroom with the seat all the way back. Oh boy, yeah. So, I mean, I'm in here, I'm wedged. I definitely would not want to ride back here without this rear seat reclined, which does cut into rear cargo space, which we'll talk about here in a second. It's tight, but it would work in a pinch. I don't know that I would do 3 across, but we do have a seat belt here in the ceiling for a center seat. So all of those things, possible issues for future owners. And then when it comes to installing a child safety seat back here, there are not lower latches all the way across, only here on the driver's side of the vehicle. So this is where we will be putting Tucker's child seat, and I'm going to go ahead and get that situated. See how easy it is to get in and out with that big car seat as we come around. All right, not too bad. Now I get to climb back in. And we'll drop that top tether through. I will say one of the benefits of having the headrest up is the seat back is firm, so we're not going to be like squishing any of the seating material or doing any long-term damage like we were in that middle row of seats. The latch points are a little tucked away. Let's see, I'm going to need a little more slack and possibly recline this just a little bit to match the pitch of the car seat, which again cuts into the cargo room back there in the back. There we go, to snug that down. This is a 60-40 split, but again, the 60% is where the car seat's going to be, so we're limiting how much extra space we get when we fold the rear seat down. Oh, let's get this all nice and snugged up. And now let's go around to the back, check out cargo space, and put that top tether on. Coming to the back of the vehicle, you can see we do have a power lift gate, which is pretty standard across the board back here. And we have top tethers all the way across, even though we don't have lower latch points all the way across. Very easy to install, not a lot of room in between the back of the vehicle and the top tether. I am going to use 2 hands to tighten that down after I turn the camera off, but very easy to install. You can see with that headrest up, we are secure and nicely into place. This is again a 60-40 split bench rear seat. To fold it flat, pull that lever right there, or that strap, and you fold it flat. Gives you plenty of room with those rear seats folded. Very easy to pull back into place as well. Can see we've got a class competitive, very square, very boxy cargo compartment, but we do have a false load floor with a little bit more storage underneath here. Unfortunately, this doesn't like stay into place, so you're gonna have to hold that up. This is where you store the roller shade that does attach there on the sides. And if you don't have it in place, you've got all this room. It is a textured plastic down here. So just a little interesting. It's not completely boring. I don't know that it was necessary to do a textured plastic, but it just gives some visual interest to something you'll never see. We do have some power back here, an old school cigarette lighter style plug back here. And then we have the sub for our Harman Kardon sound system all the way around. A very competitive rear hatch. It is a power closing rear hatch. The button is there. Go ahead and show you. I'm 5'10", opens up plenty wide, very nice, very comfortable. You can close it from the key fob or by pushing that button right there. Gives you a couple beeps before it starts moving and closes down nice and easy. Now that we've got his car seat back there, it is fairly class competitive with Honda Pilots and the traditional Toyota Highlanders in the 3-row segment as far as space, and we're able to latch him in the 3rd row of seats, even if it is only on your side of the vehicle.
Yeah. And speaking of, let me talk about this, because I know we did talk about storage and space, but I did have an instance where I had 3 kids in here, which is not our normal.
No, it's not.
And I loved this little center place right here in between the 2 captain's chairs, because I could throw a diaper bag, my purse, load in 3 small children, and it was so easy. So I loved that.
Yep, worked well.
Easy peasy.
So you're a fan of the captain's chairs?
I like them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are getting ready to turn on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas. It looks like we've got a little bit of traffic to wait on, but we can talk about some other stuff while we're stopped. Cameras in this have impressed me quite a bit. 360 cameras. They will do multiple different things. They'll pan around. Not quite as intuitive as the Hyundai and Genesis systems that we see, but pretty good cameras in it. But here we are now getting onto the brick streets. Tucker, how's your wobbly head back there?
A little wobbly.
A little wobbly? Yeah? How's your wobbly head?
A little wobbly.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
I am
big
thoroughly impressed with the ride on this one. That sounded worse than it felt, but comparing it to the Honda Pilot Trailsport that we recently had, I like the ride in this so much more. The Honda Pilot felt so floaty, boaty. It just kind of lumbered about everything.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little more solid.
Yeah, it softens the bumps, but you don't feel like you're getting seasick.
Yeah.
Granted, that is the off-road focus model. We haven't tested an on-road focus model of the Honda Pilot, but yeah, this is a much better ride. And for driving it around town, what little I've gotten to drive this one, I very much prefer this to the Honda Pilot Trailsport. That's my 2 cents.
It's been an easy car to drive for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say my one complaint in driving it is, and this is just for me, but like the seats are a little bit firmer than I would like. And I was in the car for about 2 hours straight, and by the time I got out, my back was hurting, and that's not great news.
I do believe you've got lumbar over there. I do not on my side.
Yes, I do.
But yeah, they are a little bit firmer. But again, I've not got the seat time that you do. They're fine for me. You do have over there a manual thigh support, which you don't need at 5 foot.
I already feel like they're deep seats to begin with. Uh-oh, this guy is...
Yeesh. Yep. This is not a one-way street.
People do that all the time.
Otherwise, driving it, how's the power felt?
Power's felt fine. The gas mileage has been good.
Yeah, I see 21.3.
Steering is good, yeah.
Visibility?
Visibility's been fine.
Yeah, it got big windows. Subaru kind of prides themselves on.
That is the one thing though with the screens up back. I like to look over my shoulder when I'm changing lanes and things like that, and it can be a little obstructive.
Yeah, because especially the angle you're looking at.
Especially the angle when you're driving, but I mean, it's a cost benefit kind of thing. Like, okay, I'll deal with that because it's not a safety thing. Because we've got good mirrors, we've got all that.
And we do have this big panoramic sunroof that is also letting in light and heat. And a few other storage things. We've got the sunglass holder up here that also has a convex mirror that I'm having trouble getting to lock into place, that I can now lay eyes on a teeny tiny version of Tucker back there. But he's back there. Other thoughts as we go through here? Fuel economy? We'll talk about that.
Fuel economy was good.
Yeah.
Well, I drove... I don't know how many miles it was. Wait, let me see. I should know. I don't know, around 300 miles?
Yeah, something like that.
And didn't gas up till the next day.
Yeah, so it's very fuel efficient.
Very fuel efficient.
EPA rates it 19 city, 25 highway, 21 combined. So for a turbocharged 4-cylinder, it's only slightly more efficient than the naturally aspirated V6 and that Honda Pilot I keep bringing up. But what's interesting... Have you noticed what this doesn't do as we're in stop and go?
Yes, it doesn't have the automatic start-stop.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised about because this is a Subaru.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Why?
Yeah, I figure they hit their fuel economy targets and they simplified the engine design to not include stop, and traffic.
I am not complaining, but I was thinking on my trip, I was like, either it's really good, because we've been in some Subarus that were not, the automatic start-stop was annoying.
Yeah. All right, this is essentially the top trim. It's all-wheel drive, as most Subarus are, not every single Subaru, but fairly good luxuries in here. Panoramic roof, heated seats, yada, yada, yada. What are your thoughts on price?
3-row, not a hybrid. 48.
Tucker, she's cheating.
No, I'm not. Did I win?
You are off by $31.
Yes, I'm getting so good at this game.
Yeah, so $48,031. That's just, well.
Yeah! What do I win?
The respect of all our viewers, correct?
Comment below if you're proud of me.
I'm proud of you. Let me comment right now. So, any other thoughts before we wrap it up now that you know the price?
I definitely think that it's worth the price.
Okay.
I really like the
Even
layout in the back.
Okay.
The seats would be, for me, but some people like firmer seats.
Yeah.
I like a little more cushion.
Okay.
For me, that would be a
point
big downside. Yes. For
Okay.
me.
Well, on that note, if you want to see more stuff from Holly, some behind the scenes stuff, some grocery loading, whatever the case may be, as we're about to go film it. Look, there's a pre-facelift one right there.
Yeah.
Go find her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk. Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, all the things at GT Garage Talk. Or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us, in Subaru's biggest vehicle ever produced, the Subaru Ascent 3-row. Until next time, gearheads. Bye. Tucker, do you have any thoughts and opinions back there?
No.
No? Do you like it?
Yeah.
You like riding way back there? Or which did you like better, riding in the front or the back?
Back.
You like riding in the way back the best?
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you like it way back there?
As I love cars with free. Woo!
All right.
You've got a bugger.
Do we need to do that all over again?
No, I don't think people will see it, but...
Kia did tell us on a media drive that it is an increasing trend for kids. I think they were leaning more into teenagers, but children to ride all the way back in third rows, preferring it over the
I
second
think it's
row.
just because it's different.
Yeah. Comment below. Is that the case in your family?